What happens if you start your Social Security and you later decide that you wish you had really started at a different point in time? I want to talk about 3 options that you have today to make some adjustments in that Social Security benefit. But first, I want to just talk about thinking through the initial decision. If you are looking at your benefit and you're comparing, should you start at age 62 or should you wait to full retirement age? You need to realize that the crossover point for that is in your late 70s. So when you hit your late 70s, then the benefits would be equal, no matter which one you started. If you live beyond age 70, the late 70s, then you begin to have a benefit from having waited. So the longer you might live beyond age 70, the better it is to wait. Now, if you're comparing age 62 to age 70, that crossover point is in your early 80s. So that is a longer time to get a benefit for waiting. And if you're comparing full retirement age to age 70, the crossover point is in your mid-80s. That's because the benefits are closer together at the start, and so it takes longer for that crossover point to happen, and then you would need to live an even longer time to get the benefit for having waited. So you want to think about your longevity before you decide which of the ages is a good time for you to start. The other thing you want to think about is your spouse's longevity and the benefit your spouse has, because that's going to adjust the crossover point for you two as a couple. Whether you start early and your spouse starts late, your spouse starts early, you start late, you both start early, you both start late. There's a lot of combinations to consider. And on top of that, you are 2 different people with 2 different life expectancies. So you've got to look at that together to know what's the crossover point and what's the best combination of benefits that the 2 of you could start. But if you have already started benefits and you wish you had not started them yet, you do have a couple of options. One is a do-over. You can always stop your benefits within the first year, repay the benefits that you received, and then it's as if you had not started. You'll continue to accumulate and accrue higher benefits, and you can start later, whether that's at full retirement age or waiting all the way to age 70. You can turn them on later as if that's when you were initially turning them on. A second way to handle this is, you're past that point of time of doing the do-over. Maybe you've been receiving Social Security benefits for more than a year, or you don't want to repay the money to Social Security. Well, when you hit your full retirement age or any time after, you can just stop them voluntarily. You don't have to repay anything, and then you can turn them on later. And the benefit is that you would get that delayed retirement credit for the period of time that you don't have them turned on. And so you could stop them at full retirement age, get the delayed retirement credit until you hit age 70, and then turn them back on. Now, some people have thought that they wanted to wait to age 70 and then realized, based on longevity and actually looking at it in a plan, that for them it was better to go ahead and turn it on at full retirement age. Well, if you're beyond full retirement age by at least 6 months, then you can get a retroactive benefit. It can be as if you started them 6 months earlier. They will give you the income that you would have gotten 6 months earlier, and they'll give you a check for the 6 months that you didn't get, those 6 months of retroactive benefits. So you get that as one lump sum check. That allows you to get a little bit earlier start than the point in time that you're making the application. Now, if you're not wanting that earlier start and you purposefully wanted to wait to a certain point in time, you need to let them know that you don't want the retroactive benefits. I've seen some people that got them that didn't actually ask for them. And so you just want to make sure there's clear communication on what you want in your situation based on your plan and what's best for you. But those are 3 things that I wanted to make you aware of. And I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, feel welcome to send me an email. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.